There's someone screaming "stupid bee" in my head, I think. Let me know if you hear it. If you don't, well, that's great. That means no one psycho's outside. You needed evidence. She couldn't tell if it was outside or not, is what she said. The muzzle on this whore fucking bitch. The voice in my head can't tell. She said, I'm under investigation, and the voices I hear, she can't tell if that's because I'm schizophrenic or if it's because they're outside. Fuck. I'm done. Breathe. When the voices in your head sound psychotic, they sound like terrorists, it almost seems like there are records involved, and you need to find a way to prove it to the Central Intelligence agencies that are securing these records in these high security areas. Like, I've heard Area 51. I've heard everything. Where we see top security and there's a lot of classified information, I guarantee, well, what it seems like is that I can guarantee that that's where the records, I believe, of the voices I hear in my head are being stored, along with everything I see, everything I feel, like everything that's going on in my mind, my whereabouts, who I'm with, my finances, my family. I mean, everything you can think of in regards to these records is held in a classified, like top security place, like where we're somewhere within the Departments of Defense, high in the ranks. And I just sit here and I'm like, okay, so someone's pretending to investigate using these highly classified weapons, is what it sounds like, and in order to make the records seem as though it's hard to distinguish between voices in my head or outside. I mean, technically you can't. If you're on the opposite of a screen and all you see is like what I see, but what you hear could be farther away than it could be far out of your perspective. So, it's just, and they keep saying they're investigating me, so I'm like, but they're the ones that sound like the terrorists, the voices in my head, and there's several of them screaming in my head. I've done this several times. I place my phone down, I record what's in my surroundings, and they don't stop talking, mind you. And then I place it on wherever, Facebook or YouTube. I typically don't get a response, but if ever I do, I know that they're going to say they don't hear a word that I've heard in my head. So that's confirmation, witnesses to state that there was nothing on these video records. And in fact, if the terrorist piece of shit that I believe it is talking in my head has to provide evidence that or to make this argument, then I provided her plenty of proof that it is not happening outside. Because I want that low life piece of shit sentenced to death. That's how I really feel. I don't know what to say. I hear voices in my head and they sound like freaking terrorists. And all I want to do is wring their fucking necks, excuse my language. But I don't know who they are, and they're hiding, and they're only like giving very general descriptions so that they can like use like labels as scapegoats. I want them sentenced to death. That's all I have to say. Oh my freaking goodness. I want them to die. Ew, if you guys only knew what in God's name I have been hearing. I'm working my way up. I'm doing all the testing, all the blood work, I have nothing to hide. I mean, I've told the cops. They keep telling me it's a mind control weapon. I've heard that schizophrenics lose consciousness and sometimes behave erratically. And in that case, please, like, be gentle with me. I will do my best to. I mean, if I'm self-aware, I'll be submissive. But just remember, like, at some point, I did tell you this is the case. So protect me, take care of me, make sure that I'm being treated, properly and medically, and not judged based on it being like it's some part of my character, because it's not. On the contrary, for me to even say that would make me responsible, because I want to keep myself and everyone else safe. And that's really the bottom line. To me, that is the most mature thing anybody could do. I don't know how anybody else feels about it, but too bad if they don't agree with me. I don't know how you can see it any different. And that's that. And that is that. I'm serious. I feel like they're terrorists. I want them sentenced to death. I swear, if ever one of these terrorists were to come and request records from me, I would call the cops immediately, or I might, honest to God, hit them with my car. Okay, I shouldn't have said that. But I mean, they'd have to be so specific, and there would have to be a lot of money involved. So I know it's them. And they have to be of a particular race. And they have to be very particular. I'm sure I'll find ways to distinguish them if ever they were to approach me. Anyways, yes. So, that is all. Have a great day. Not a word. Sorry, I had to check on my teeth.